Never even knew that there was.
Yep, send your message.
We're on.
Okay.
Everybody ready? Call the BZA to order. Everybody would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Terry Dayball,
Present.
Mike Wingy, Sherry Sherman,
Present.
Jeff Valiant,
Present.
Jeff Willis,
Present.
Dave Goldenberg,
Present.
Mike Masner.
President.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Everybody get a copy of the July minutes?
I move to accept the minutes as circulated.
I have a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Second by Mr. Willetts. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, there is a time limit on this proceeding. You have 20 minutes. After we call your name, you sign the attendance sheet. You will be sworn in that the testimony that you're about to give is true and correct. If there are any remonstrators, they will have the same time limit. So we will start. We have a variance, BZA-V-25-16, applicant owner, the irrevocable income only trust of Woodrow Winstead Jr., Tamla Faye Etheridge trustee. Property located on the north side of Oak Grove Road, approximately 50 feet west of the intersection formed by Oak Grove Road and Southern Trace Drive, Ohio Township 15-6-97922, Oak Grove Road. Nature of case, requests a variance from the requirements as set forth in the comprehensive zoning ordinance for Warwick County, Indiana, to allow a 6-foot tall fence and a required 25-foot setback, which only allows for a 4-foot fence in an A agricultural zoning district. Could I have a staff report, please?
We are missing 4 green cards, but we do have the white pay receipts. The existing use is a single-family dwelling with unattached accessories. To the northeast and west is zoned R1, one-family dwelling, and to the south is A agricultural and R1A, one-family dwelling. No floodplain, and they have access onto Oak Grove Road. Additional information would be on March 7th. Of 25, a formal complaint was filed concerning a 6-foot tall privacy fence extending 23 feet into the neighbor's required front yard, causing safety concerns when exiting the driveway due to its height. According to the Warwick County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance, the required front yard, which is 25 feet back from the edge of right-of-way, only allows for a fence to be 4 feet tall. The fence begins 2 feet off the front property line or edge of road right-of-way. Pamela Etheridge and Roger Winstead appeared before the Area Plan Commission Board April 14th of 25 to address the complaint. The APC Board approved a 90-day period for them to either bring the fence into compliance with the ordinance or file a variance with the Board of Zoning Appeals. They were advised they had until May 27th, 2025 to file a variance or to reduce the first 23 feet of the 6-foot tall fence to 4 feet. These actions did not occur. They returned to the APC on July 14th of 25. At that meeting, they were granted a 2-week extension to file the variance with a final deadline of July 28th of 25 to either rectify the fence or file the variance. They were also provided a copy of all relevant documents the board had on file at that time. The applicant's statement in the variance application, due to the length, was emailed ahead of tonight's meeting to give the BZA time to review it. Part of the statement pertains to crop protection and potential livestock requiring a 6-foot tall fence. They've also included exhibits that were included in the email and are in your packets as well. So, it's in order.
Who is here for this variance? Please step up to the podium. Sign your name and then you will be sworn in by Ms. Barnhill. Please state your names, please.
Pamela Etheridge.
Roger Winstead.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to add to the staff report that we just had?
We submitted the, all of the filing things. I'm going to get to this document here.
We have all those. Which document are you referring to, sir?
I was going to go through the part. Has everyone read through that?
The hardship?
The hardship.
Everybody read through it?
I have this.
Okay. If
Okay.
you want to highlight some of it, that's fine.
Okay. It's been a real struggle dealing with this neighbor, and we built the fence to protect our crops and our family from this neighbor. It's been very difficult. There's things been taken. There's things been knocked down, driven all over the property, and it's been very difficult to deal with this guy. On the advice of our insurance agents, our ag extension agents, a lot of people that we've talked to about soil and water, they said build a fence. Amanda Mosman, who was our extension agent at the time, said build a 6-foot fence all the way down. Your ag, you're okay. And this was something that she admitted to in the APC meeting, that she gave us that advice to do that. So we did exactly that. We've had the sheriff out to the property several times because of trespassing issues and spraying onto our property, which is an organic farm, and now it's a 3-year timeout for that. It's a lot of income that we're not able to use because of the aggressive nature of the neighbor. Also, in some of the exhibits, and I'm going to go to exhibit number 3. There's a section on exhibit number 3. It shows Oak Grove Road, and A and B and C are different points along Oak Grove Road. A is the point in front of what is the Gorman residence at 8166, and B is right almost at the corner of where Oak Grove, where the top of the hill is right there. It's about, and I'm going to read straight from my exhibit. Point B is 4 feet higher than point A. So you can't even see any cars coming
from the west more than one car at a time over the hill. It's 9 feet lower than point A and 5 feet lower than point B. So that's physically impossible to see over that hill. The argument was that this was going to improve sight lines to the west. This is not going to improve sight lines to the west to cut this fence down. And that's, so that's one. No one should be backing out on Oak Grove Road. They have ample space on Exhibit 4. You'll see they have ample space to back up a car and go forward out into Oak Grove Road. This is the largest vehicle. It would be a large SUV shown in here. There's a 13-foot inside radius, a 26-foot outside radius. It shows ample turnaround space to back out and face out onto Oak Grove Road. You can see that there is an end of an existing fence. The yellow line, it is behind the length of any car made. So it would not block anyone's vision to the east or to the west if you pull out to the street.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The pink line, is that the new fence?
That's the property line.
That's the property line.
Yeah, there's only one fence on the property. The only one fence that was built, and it's 2 to 2 foot 6 inch off of the property line.
I see. Okay.
And we made sure it was on our property line by at least 2 feet, and most of it's 2 foot 6.
Okay.
So, on that Exhibit 4, there is a 4E5. That's a picture taken at that location. It is the top picture on Exhibit 5. There's a tupelo tree that exists there. If you cut down the fence to 4 feet, you can't see through the tupelo tree. There's also a power line that goes through that area and 10 foot back of the right-of-way line that you can't see through the power poles either. All the way down. Taking a few steps to the west, right from the power pole, looking straight to the east, 6 foot north of the right of the lane, only one car is visible from the east as they top the hill. And that shows that very well. Exhibit 7 is taken further to the east, and you can't even see the fence from this location. Cutting down the fence would not improve their sight lines to any of this. So Exhibit 8, this was before the fence was built, and those trees have been existing there a long time. This was, I'm not sure exactly what date that was, but that was, I think, before they moved into
It
this.
shows 2023 on the upper left corner.
Does it?
October 20.
October 2023. Okay. So
That's when someone else lived there.
that, yeah. So that shows that you really can't see any more of that, which was the sightline issue. There's been damage to the silt fence that was done by the neighbor. There was a core mat put on the drain to keep it from getting silted up while the project was having the vegetation grow. That was removed by the neighbor. We put 5 pounds of grass seed, Kentucky 31, on that side of the fence to grow. It also had a few flowers and cover crop in there that we put in there that were going to help with the fertilization of that. And all of that was killed by herbicide by the neighbor, admitted by him to the sheriff that they had done it. He's continued to do that, and there is no vegetation growing on that side of the fence. There's erosion of about 2.5 inches because I can't grow anything with it. So
How would you get to that side of the fence to take care of it?
I would remove the silt fence, and there's 2 feet that I plan to mow.
Okay. Questions by the board? Do you have anything else to add? I'm sorry, sir.
I think that covers what I'm trying to explain.
Okay, we're sorry for your problem with your neighbor, but we're here to address the fence.
I hear you.
Okay? Questions by the board?
You had said somewhere, I don't know if it was in the writing, or it was somewhere in the, you using rental animals to refertilize the land or something?
Yes,
And then the fence had to be 6 foot tall so they wouldn't jump it.
right.
What do you have across the front to keep them in, or?
It will have a electric fence that we will move. So the practice is you high intensity graze a small area, and then you move that electric fence.
Okay.
And you high intensity graze that. Then you move the fence. Then you high intensity graze that. So it was a 3-sided fence that we would keep them in. And we planned on using some male goats and some sheep because they browse at different heights.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fence you did not put, you put it on 2 feet into your side, or is it right on the property line?
It's 2 feet 6 inches from the property line on my side.
Just curious as to why, if you're putting in a fence, that you didn't put it on your property line.
Because I wanted to be able to harvest on both sides of the fence. I plan on using some loofah sponges that I wanted to grow on that fence. And I wanted to be harvesting on both sides of the fence.
And you could do that and stay within your
Absolutely.
property line for when
Absolutely.
you've got the loofahs on 2 feet.
Yeah.
2 feet.
It's 3 foot.
That's,
You're about 2 foot back there.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
They grow up the fence.
Well, I know, but you have to get over on the property.
It's my property,
One question I have is.
my father's property.
Did you have a fence company install the fence?
Yes.
Mr. Willis?
Wasn't me.
No, I know it wasn't you, but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Would a fence company know our guidelines?
Do they know them, or would they follow them?
Okay.
Probably not.
May
And
I?
it's on agricultural, so and agricultural zoning is worded kind of weird.
Yeah, I tried to
but-
find something on it.
But it goes back to the residential when it's bordered up next to a residential zoning. So they just looked at the agriculture. It's like, okay, 6 foot, that's fine. But then you have to read on where you find out, well, when it's next to a residentially zoned lot, then it's follows
Becomes a different
residential
animal.
rules.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
It's not a permittable structure.
So you had a fence company put a
Yes.
fence up.
Yes.
Did you advise them to build the fence 6 foot all the way out there? Under the guideline of Amanda.
Yes.
So did you know what our county ordinance was?
I did not. I did not know that.
So
That
you were,
it was-
you were ignorant of our ordinance.
I tried finding it in the agricultural zoning, just like he's talking about, and there was really nothing that I could find that prohibited anything like that. And even it allowed 8-foot fences. So I was thinking, I'll be okay.
Any more questions by the board?
You didn't call to verify, call the area
It's not
plan
a
to verify?
permittable structure. Why would I call to verify that?
Well, it must be because you're here for a variance.
I'm only here because there was a complaint filed against it.
I understand that. and-
Right.
And normally it wouldn't have been brought to our attention had the
Right.
complaint not been filed.
And they're residential.
And it was done in retaliation, I guarantee you.
Well, I know there's button of
I
heads on
understand
both
that.
sides.
Yeah.
And I understand that neither one is going to give on either side.
Would a 4-foot fence give you the protection from the weed killer that you need? The reason I'm asking is if we could come up with something where they can still see through it, something across the neck, the 2 feet up to keep the animals in, but that was see through, whether it be chain link or ornamental or field fence, that would keep those animals in so they could still see. And because I think that's our concern is if we give you permission
I
and then they
understand
back
that.
out and they get hit, they're going to sue, well, the county told them it was okay. And
They're gonna sue Warwick
they're
County.
going to sue Warwick County. And so we want to make sure that they don't have, that it's safe. At the end of the day, that's what the ordinance, I think, is why it has to be 4 foot is because it's for safety reasons.
Well, it doesn't have to be see-through. It can be opaque, but it can't be higher than 4 feet according to the ordinance.
Well,
Now,
here's the other,
Go ahead.
here's the other catch 22.
okay.
If we allow this to stand,
Mhm.
what's to say that 3 neighbors down the block do not build the same fence out?
They already have.
They already have. And it's not in the front yard, it's the backyard, side yard, and I don't even,
I've got the same thing on my property on Oak Grove Road. And
okay.
it's built to it's built to the setback line.
6 feet or 4 feet?
It's 6 foot.
And
It's
Right.
built to, if you look, it is built right to the setback, side yard setback. It's a backyard fence. If it was built all the way out, I couldn't see to get out on Oak Grove Road.
okay. So right across the street from us is a fence that runs along Oak Grove Road and goes all the way to the corner. And it's the same exact situation for the Deaners. Same exact situation.
So it goes all the way to the street to
It
the,
goes all the way to the street. And it was put in there after the road was widened. It was moved. I was there when it was put up.
I haven't seen that.
And you're right on Oak Grove?
Yes.
So does the picture show it across the street?
I don't think,
No.
it's in the sun flare. I don't have that. I mean, I'm not,
So it's right across the street. So which house is it? I can see the houses across the street.
oh, here you go. It is on Exhibit 7. You can see the entrance into, is that? There's a fence right along the right of way, and it goes all the way down to the Deaners, and you see the back of a sign. See Exhibit 7? View from Oak Grove Road to the east before the crest of the hill.
Is the fence on the left side of the picture? Is that what,
Yeah.
is that
That's the fence.
that you're talking about?
Yep, and it goes all the way to his property line and to the Deaner's property line, and it is exactly this, I mean, theirs is closer to the road,
Seniors.
3 feet closer.
Okay.
It's exactly the same situation. It's
Alright.
the same up and down Oak Grove Road.
But it does not obstruct an ingress and egress to Oak Grove Road.
This is a driveway.
An ingress and an egress, no matter whether it's a driveway or
Okay,
a
it's the
street.
same situation. Yes, there's a driveway right across that street.
Okay. But Maury, aren't we looking at this issue, not what the neighbors are doing?
Well, it depends too, whether or not this is an agricultural area or whether it's across the road is residential, how it's zoned.
Well, it's a front yard. It's the required front yard. So any ag or residential, it's the
Doesn't
same
matter.
requirements.
Same front yard setback.
Yeah, if it's in the front yard, it's 4 feet.
And this is a side yard of this picture
That's is a
7.
side yard of,
and a rear yard.
side yard and a rear yard. You are correct. But it's exactly the same situation where it would block if it blocks it. And I'm not saying it does because I don't know that.
And we'd have to look at it and see what kind of setback is on that plat and everything.
Yeah.
Because their front yard could be coming out to this other road.
Well, the front yard seems to be
It does
facing
come out
the
to the-
side street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, the front yard is the side street. That is correct.
And so that's what we look at.
Yeah, every lot's different.
Okay, any more questions by the board?
Just for the record, can you, and just briefly, explain the benefit of the 2 more feet of fence? 4 foot versus 6 foot. I'm not understanding the benefit of 2 feet of fence.
Protection from my neighbor.
So which
One.
you have it further back, but up there by the road, that's where
And-
that's where I'm curious.
Okay. Protection from my neighbor, number one. I was told by a good source, don't mess with these guys. I'm not kidding.
So I thought there was an agricultural benefit to the 2
There
feet of
is.
fence. That's what I'm curious. I'm
there
not talking about
is.
neighbor disputes. I want
Okay.
to know agricultural benefit.
Agricultural benefit. I would have to put electric fence along that 25 feet. In addition, right by to keep the animals away, and I couldn't graze all the way to the fence. So I'm trying to graze all the way to the fence.
So it's for the animals.
For the animals, one, and number two, I plan to use this as a permaculture area. And one of the things we're going to be doing there is elderberries. The other is the loofah sponges along the fence. They require something that's going to be about 6 feet. And a organic certification plan that I did not submit to you guys, but I have that.
Thanks, sir.
I guess I have a question. If the neighbor puts up a 6-foot fence or 4-foot fence, 2 feet from yours, how are you going to deal with the 2 feet that you want to graze or want to put loofahs in?
The loofahs would be planted on my side of the fence, but I'll be able to harvest on both sides. It's not that big of an area.
I guess I don't understand, so.
He's
talking about
how to harvest it without getting on his property.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
she's getting at, because you've only got 2 foot on the other side of your fence, right? 2'6".
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's what her question is if
How-
you're going to be on that side harvesting to, I guess, reduce chance of interaction with neighbor, how are you going to harvest that side without?
2 feet is not very much.
We're not talking about it. You guys said don't talk about the interaction with the neighbors.
But yeah,
Well-
that's your reason for the fence, I think. But she
Okay.
she asked this earlier, just trying to basically, how are you going to
My
work on
question
that
is
side of
the,
the fence?
why the 2 feet? Because 2 feet in doing anything is almost useless when you're trying to get in there and to do anything. So to stay on your property, even though you've got the fence on the other side and you've got it on the outside.
The way I understand it, you're just gonna want to be able to walk down through there and pick off the
Make loofah
things.
sponges.
Because the cultivation, everything is on your side of the
Yes.
fence.
Right.
You're not cultivating anything on
No.
that side. All you're doing is being able to walk down on
Yes.
the back side of the fence and take the things off of the
Exactly.
And
fence.
if the neighbor puts up a fence right on the property line.
You'd still have 2 feet,
Still
2.5
Still have
feet,
2 feet.
enough to walk. That's all you need to
Yeah.
walk.
Okay.
My aisles, every my farm where I walk are 2 feet. I have
Yeah.
30-inch beds and 2 feet aisles.
because
That's
In
my
most
stance.
fence
No
companies, when you
advantage.
have a neighbor dispute, we're gonna go 6 inches in because that's the concrete wad. And we don't want the concrete wad to be on the neighbor's fence. Or the neighbor, happen to be in the neighbor's
True.
yard.
Mhm.
So you come in 6 inches.
But then you don't usually
Harvest
demand
on the
that
other
6
side.
inches.
Well, so
Don't know. It's.
if it's zoned agricultural and it's 4 foot tall, could they do a barbed wire angled back towards their side to keep the animals in while they're growing? Or would that be,
I guess so, yeah.
that way the fence is only 4 foot, still see through, gets rid of the site restriction, and then allow them to keep the sheep in while they're,
Can the sheep get over a 4-foot fence?
I have no idea. Goats probably can.
Goats can,
And jump over the moon.
unless it's an electric fence. The goats will.
So I was thinking barbed wire angled back in. That's how you sometimes keep German shepherds in that way because they'll try to jump. And then the
But that's.
angled back
that's a
in, that freaks
4-foot
them out. And
fence.
they hit their head on it. They don't try
It's,
again.
it's all cost. And we're not rich people.
Well, I'll try to come up with a,
So wait, let me ask this question.
Yeah.
So the fence is 23 feet within a 25-foot prohibited area?
22.
All right, so you're talking about lowering it 2 feet by
22
22 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it could be 6 feet.
right,
All the
yeah,
way
after
down.
that, that's.
Yeah.
And if you're cultivating the loofahs on your side
Yes.
of the fence, you can't graze up against the fence at the same time,
Oh,
can you?
no. The grazing is to just clear the land and turn it into fertilizer.
So it's not an everyday.
He's gonna be planting the loofahs.
Can't have
After
loops
that.
for a
till
couple of years,
after-
yeah.
till after
Yeah,
that's all
this
done.
is like a two-year project of trying to graze down.
So you're talking about 2 years' time that you would want to graze next to the fence.
Yeah.
And then after that, you don't want to graze next to the fence. You want to plant next to the fence, cultivate next to the fence.
Mhm. Now, had
And
the
they,
elderberries that were planted there 3 years ago, they would be 12 feet right now if the neighbor hadn't pulled them out. So,
Were they on the wrong side of the property line?
no,
Did you file a complaint against the neighbor with the
Yes.
sheriff's department?
yes.
Okay, and what happened to that?
Oh, I did not on the elderberries because it was the very first day this guy moved in. I did not.
You've said that he pulled out 100 and some bushes,
144, yes.
and you didn't file a complaint. I guess I don't understand that.
I chased him off the property. Told him, don't come over here again. They
Okay,
think our land is theirs.
so there is a property line dispute.
He told me, you get a survey and I'll get a survey and we'll see who's right.
That's generally the way it's done.
I got a survey.
Okay.
It's in the ground.
You know if-
He never got a survey.
Okay.
Okay.
when he was here, I guess was at the Area Plan Commission. When he had filed his complaint,
Mhm.
I guess a different board, so different minutes. He had mentioned that he only needed it so far back so he could see. He didn't need the whole 23 feet back.
He said 6 feet. I have it. You want me to read it?
But no matter, the fence is still over the, what it's supposed to
It
be.
is.
You're dealing with a legal ordinances of Warwick County is the problem.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the way I see it,
The ordinance is the ordinance. I
Mhm.
mean, it is what it is, and if you don't like the ordinance, then I guess you ask the commissioners to change the ordinance, but
We're asking for a variance though, right?
I understand that.
Right.
And I guess what Jeff was thinking there, I jumped ahead,
Right,
was maybe just 6 feet of it needs to come down to 4 feet high.
right,
Variance.
with the
The-
variance.
6 feet.
The,
Well, that's what the neighborhood asked for. He said if it was a certain distance back, that way, he just wanted his wife to be able to see when she was backing out onto a busy road.
but now that this has been brought to us, are we gonna have
Well, that's
Do
what
we
a
set a
variance would do, would
precedent?
allow
We're
him to
setting a
have it.
precedence of, well, we're only going to do 4 feet, even though it's not, and even though it's 2 feet in on your side, it's still a fence that's out of compliance.
Yeah, I think you have two options. I think you either have to have 25 feet of 4 foot high, or a variance that says, no, you don't. You can have 6 feet high all the way to the property line.
We couldn't do variance.
That's the variance we asked for.
And I don't know that you can arbitrarily and capricious lower it X number of feet. I think it would be arbitrary and capricious to do that, and we're going to get lit up.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if you approve leaving it the way it is, and the next guy comes along and he
Yeah.
wants to build a fence to the property line 6 feet tall, how do you say no? We've already, if you grant the variance, how do you say no to the next
Right.
fellow who comes along and wants to build a fence like that?
But there's no permit for it, so.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of.
It's an ordinance. It doesn't, we're not
Okay.
talking about it, that this is an illegal structure without a permit. We're talking about it's a violation of the Warwick County ordinance.
Okay.
And if you do approve it, do they give us a hold harmless agreement?
That's,
If
A
there's
question.
any accident or anything like that, it falls on you.
And if your neighbor is the way you say they are, that could very well be.
well, hold harmless clauses are only as good as
I
the
know,
ability to fund them.
I know. And to me, if we're saying, yeah, you can do this, and then
The
somebody
problem here
else-
is safety.
Yeah.
That's the reason for the ordinance, I suppose, why the commissioners said, no, 4 feet high only for the first 25 feet, I guess. It's the only rationale that seems to come into play is safety.
May I address that? That ordinance was probably designed to be used on a very narrow right-of-way road. The right-of-way on this
No,
is very
no.
wide.
It's applicable countywide. That
Okay.
same variance applies to every right-of-way. That same regulation applies to every right-of-way in Warwick County outside the corporate limits of towns. So it doesn't apply in Boonville, doesn't apply in Newburgh, doesn't apply in Chandler, but everywhere else.
That's where it's fun.
Pardon me?
They're all different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mallory hates me to say this, but that's why I think there ought to be a unified zoning law for the entire county. I know. Yeah, I got the frown. I see it.
Just thinking how it would work.
The stink eye.
No?
It would make development much easier. It'd be one rule for everything. Fences, setbacks.
There are variances for all kinds of things.
Doesn't mean
Not,
that
not as many as you think.
Yeah.
few variances go through. Because there's a ordinance, because there's a need.
And we didn't draft the ordinance.
Mm-mm.
We're just charged with enforcing it.
Any more discussion here by the board? Seeing none, are there any demonstrators here for or against this project? Seeing none. I entertain a motion.
Choose at least one.
I'm not sure. I feel comfortable waving it all the way up to the street, but I don't, in this case, I think that it's an unusual event because they're doing an organic farm. And they've been doing it for a while. It's not like, hey, we're gonna start this and we wanna, but
I
we also
agree,
want to make sure that it's safe enough for the neighbor to be able to get out of their driveway.
I agree
But
with
the
you.
ordinance is the ordinance.
Yeah.
And
How do we differentiate?
My only thought was we could use the person who filed the neighbor's word is what they said that,
I think that's probably got beyond
But the
that.
ordinance,
Yeah.
doesn't it talk about 4 feet high within the 25-foot range?
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're 25 foot
Couldn't you
back.
just take 4 foot there and then the rest of it be 6 foot?
The ordinance would permit that.
so they just need, but they're what, 23 feet into that 25-foot setback? Is that
22?
22?
22 feet.
So they'd have to cut 22 feet of their fence down to
Down
4
to 4
foot.
foot.
22 by 2.
Yeah.
22 feet long, 2 feet lower.
Okay, if we deny it and then they go cut the fence down, then it's,
Then they're okay.
are
The
they?
only issue is whether you approve the variance or you deny the variance.
Yes.
Okay,
What they do or do not do is their choice, their free will, and then the county can take whatever steps.
so which one do we pick?
What's your motion?
My motion would be to deny.
The one taped into your folder
Yeah,
Is a denial?
is a will or will not. You just pick the will not.
so it says choose at least one.
Yes.
So, okay,
It's the very back.
yeah. Then which one fits this?
Molly, I'm confused. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you're gonna just.
She's looking at?
Yeah.
It's in the
Oh,
back
it
of
said
everybody's
choose it.
folder.
Oh,
You get it.
Not a
Oh,
whole lot.
Yep.
Choose at least one.
yeah,
So on the first one, the grant of the variance will be injurious to the public health.
yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying, choose at least one of the
Yes.
highlighted.
Or will not.
Okay, I understand
Okay.
that. All right.
But you can choose multiples.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. That would be the,
Because in the approval, these are all in the positive.
I
But
know.
now one of these, at least one,
It's like 1, 2, 3,
Even a
4,
negative
5,
light.
6,
Yeah.
or like, will or
Yeah.
will not.
yes. To show you my concerns when this came up would be number one,
Mm-hmm,
is it will or will not be injurious?
mm-hmm,
Because we had that complaint.
mm-hmm.
And then
But it will be.
number 7,
Mm-hmm,
was it self-created or it was self-created?
mm-hmm,
These are not supposed to be self-created.
mm-hmm.
So those are the two that stuck out to me.
But don't we have to do all 8 of those?
yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, what self-created means.
You installed the fence or had it installed.
Okay.
Generally, you can't get a variance for a violation of an ordinance that is self-created. And that's the Indiana Supreme Court's determination that that's a rule.
This is denying a variance.
Mm-hmm,
And I'm reading number 1.
mm-hmm.
As such, it is further found that the granting of the variance shall not be materially detrimental.
And
That's,
Am I reading something backwards?
you're reading it backwards. If you want to deny it, it will be materially detrimental.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's under the denying variance clause. So,
Mhm.
so if she does that, then that second line needs to be stricken.
The not,
The not,
not
yeah,
would be not, needs to be stricken.
Shall be,
shall
Variance
be.
shall be.
you strike the word not,
Mm-hmm,
Okay, so it'd be a will.
mm-hmm,
shall
That
be.
goes.
shall be.
And as such, for the granting of the variance. This is the wording, the granting of the variance, when it's actually a denying of the variance is what's confusing.
It is.
Will be.
We could definitely reword that.
Sounds like an attorney wrote that.
Yeah, I think we need.
A long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. Maury, tell me what I said and then I'll agree with what you said.
Well, the variance,
I know.
if your motion is to deny the variance, then number one would be the granting of the variance
Mm-hmm,
will be
Will be,
injurious to
yes.
the public health,
mm-hmm,
safety, morals, and general
Yes.
welfare of the community. And it would be the opposite if you wanted to approve it.
mm-hmm.
As such, it is further found that the granting of the variance shall be materially detrimental
Mm-hmm.
to the public welfare. Number two, the use or value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will be affected in a substantially adverse manner. As such, it is further found that the granting of the variance shall result in a substantial detriment to the adjacent property or the surrounding neighborhood. Number three, the use of the variance arises from some condition peculiar to the property involved. The peculiar condition constituting a hardship is unique to the property involved or so limited to such number of properties that it constitutes a marked exception to the property in the neighborhood, and such condition is.
So it would be not peculiar.
Well, it is because it's still got the organic farm.
I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 6-foot fence within the 25-foot right of way, adjacent to the within 25 feet of the outside edge of the road right of way.
It's 22 feet, isn't it?
It is. There's 3 foot that there is no fence, as I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The strict application of terms of the Warren County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance will not constitute a practical difficulty, unusual, or an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property for which the variance is sought. The approval does not interfere substantially with the Warren County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance. The approval does interfere substantially with the Warren County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance adopted pursuant to 36-74500 at SEEK. The granting of the variance is not necessary in order to preserve a substantial property right of the petitioner to use the property in a reasonable manner and not merely to allow the petitioner some opportunity to use his property in a more profitable way or to sell it at a greater profit. That the hardship to the applicant's use of the property was self-created by any person having an interest in the property, nor is the result of a mere, is the result of a mere disregard of or ignorance of the provisions of the Warren County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance. The approval of the requested variance is not the least modification of the applicable regulations possible so that the substantial intent and purposes of the regulation contained in the Warren County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance shall be preserved.
Okay. I, Sherry Sherman, make the motion to deny the variance based on what was just read into the record.
I have a motion for denial by Ms. Sherman. Let's look for a second.
I'll second.
Mr. Valiant? Mr. Valiant seconds the motion. All in favor?
Maybe a roll call?
Yeah, maybe a roll call. Okay.
Start at the top. Terry Dable,
Uh,
and this is a motion to deny.
Yay.
Mike Wingy's not here. Sherry Sherman,
To deny, yes,
Yay.
yes.
Jeff Valiant,
Yeah,
Jeff Willis,
Nay.
Dave Goldenberg,
Yay.
Mike Masner.
No.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 in favor. So the motion to deny would pass.
So the variance is denied.
That's none.
Variance is denied. 4-2. Okay. All right. Returning to the agenda.
Any other business? Hi, Madam Secretary,
No, nothing further.
any business?
Nothing.
Seeing none. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion to adjourn, second by Mr. Masonry.
Yeah.
We tied, but he can have it.
Mr. Goldenberg, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.
Well, that got unanimous.
If somebody votes